alligator snap, vultures lurch, parrots perch, and have you seen the horn on the unicorn? Down at the Alphabet Zoo.
Hello, Duster. Hello. Last week on Alphabet Zoo, it was A for alligator. So the next letter of the alphabet must be B.
B for boy.
No, boys aren't animals. B could be for buffalo, bison, bear, bush baby, baboon, bat. But today, I'm going to tell you about a badger. It's a sticky story with lots of honey, 3 baby badgers and a queen bee.
What sort of a bee is that?
A bee as in bee. Bzzz. And in this sticky story, the bee is the queen of the beehive. But of course, the main star is Mother Badger. So you won't be surprised to hear that the 3 little ones try and get in on the act. Here's the story of Betty the Badger. Betty, like all badgers, was a busy, bustly sort of creature. She was neat, clean and tidy, and she always said, "Excuse me," when she coughed, and she never spoke with her mouth full. Some people thought that Betty Badger was too fussy, but everyone for miles around agreed that Betty was very, very clean. Never a speck of dust in her house, they would say, and you could eat your dinner off her floor. And on this fine June morning, it looked just as if somebody had been eating off the floor, and the walls, and the ceilings, because there was honey everywhere. Thick, sticky, gluey, yellow honey. Betty Badger had had just about enough of this. "I have had," she said crossly to all her baby badgers, "just about enough." And she sniffed the air suspiciously. "Look at my broom," she said, waving it angrily in the air. "With all the sweeping, it's lost all the bristles. They've all broken off in this sticky mess." Baby Billy Badger licked a secret sticky paw. Baby Bertha Badger wiped a secret sticky nose. And Baby Bernard Badger did nothing, because his secret sticky bottom was stuck firmly on the floor. "This," said Betty Badger, "needs sorting out." She glared hard at Baby Bernard's sticky behind. "And I'm going to get to the bottom of it." Baby Bernard wriggled, but he still couldn't move. "Right to the bottom of it," repeated his mother sternly. Baby Bernard's bottom came unstuck with a sudden loud squelch, and all the baby badgers giggled. Betty put her broom and yellow dusters in the cleaning cupboard, closing the door with a loud clunk, but saying nothing. She knew all about badgers and honey. The babies knew she meant business, because she only put her cleaning things away on special occasions like weddings and Christmas and badger birthdays. "I am going," announced Betty in her special occasion voice, "to see the queen bee. And the queen bee," she warned, "will not be pleased with badgers who are covered in her honey." Taking one last look at her sticky house and even stickier babies, she hurried out to see the queen bee. Betty Badger had had just about enough. It was very bright outside, especially for a badger who usually sleeps all day and works at night. So Betty shaded her beady black eyes. "I'll never understand why so many woodland animals work in the daytime when it's so hard to see," she tutted. The Busy Bee Honey Factory was a little higher up the hill, close to the fields and woods where the bees collected the pollen, and Betty was there in no time at all. She knocked politely at the front door, and a very sleepy worker bee answered. "Yes," he droned, yawning and rubbing his eyes with scratchy front feelers. "You'll have to excuse me. We've been up for hours searching for some lost honey." "That's why I want to see the queen bee," sighed Betty, thinking of her naughty babies and all that honey at home. "It's a matter of some importance." 2 buzzing bees led Betty through the tunnels deep inside the hillside and into the Queen's special office. "Your Majesty," said Betty, curtsying deeply. The Queen was breakfasting on big bowls of honey. "My dear," She buzzed, not at all politely, for her mouth was very full. Whatever brings you out this time of day? I'm sure you've been on the go all night. I have indeed, Your Majesty, said Betty Badger. I have a problem. There's honey all over my house. All my pretty little rooms are dirty and sticky, and my babies are glued to the floor. Oh, we knew there was something funny about the honey, exclaimed the Queen. It's far too runny and must have trickled from my larder through to your house. The Queen shook a puff of pollen from one of her legs. If my bees were busy bees instead of lazy bees, this would not have happened. We shall have to seal up the hole with beeswax. And the Queen began to munch on a large comb of honey. Oh, I am sorry, Your Majesty, said Betty humbly. And to think that I blamed my lovely babies for all the mess. Oh, please say sorry to them from me, replied the Queen, adding with a twinkle in her eye, take home a big pot of special honey for them. That should get us both out of a sticky situation.
Oh, nice.
That's a good one, isn't it, Ralph?
Fantastic. This one is by the children from Crawfordsburn Play School in Northern Ireland, and they reckon the badger was too hard to paint, so they've made handprints and stuck all the hands on the picture to give it the fur.
Isn't that a clever idea? And it looks
Very
just
good.
like fur too, doesn't it?
That's right. And this one down here is by Minza Tariq of Homely School in London, North 16. And she was 5, and she's got the essential ingredients, black and white. That's what badgers are, aren't
Yes, that's right. It's eating some yellow grass. Or perhaps
they?
it's
Yes,
hay.
maybe, yeah. This is a good one too,
Yes,
I think.
isn't
It's a
it?
very
That's
clever
very
drawing.
clever.
2 badgers by Octavia Short of St Giles Terrace, Norwich. And I think this is rather a splendid one.
Oh, yeah.
It's got a red nose, nice red nose. But the one that absolutely amazes me is this one over here.
Isn't it magnificent?
That was done by 34 children of the Moor End Park Nursery at Cheltenham in Gloucestershire.
What have they made it out of, Ralph?
And it's got fur and felt and a
Isn't it
separate tree.
beautiful?
Absolutely
Ralph and I think this is wonderful, and we think you need longer to look at it.
Bernard, Bertha and Billy are badgers, and they sleep underground all day. And when it gets dark, their mum wakes them up and they all go out to play. If there's one thing that old baby badgers love, is to give their little paws upon some honey. But for goodness sake, oh, the mess they make, their mums don't find it very funny. Sticky on their paws, sticky on the walls, sticky on the floor and sticky on the doors. Mrs. Betty Badger, she wasn't very pleased, but badgers will be badgers and the bees will be bees. Well, said Betty, I'm off to see the Queen, and I think that you've all been very silly. And I don't know what she'll say when I tell her where you've been, my little Bernard, Bertha and Billy. But the Queen led them off with a busy smile, and she said that the bees must share the blame. So they all went home and were good for a while, and I bet they'd all do it again. For if there's one thing old baby badgers love, is to give their little paws upon some honey. But for goodness sake, the mess they make, their mums don't find it very funny. Sticky on their paws, sticky on the walls, sticky on the floor, sticky on the doors. Mrs. Betty Badger, she wasn't very pleased, but badgers will be badgers and the bees will be bees.
They say busy as bees, perhaps they should say busy as Betty Badger. Badgers, you see, like to sleep all day and then work at night time. Unlike Duster, he sleeps all day too, don't you, Duster? Where are you? Oh, he's gone to have a little zizz over there. He sleeps all night and all day, Duster does.
All day.
I should think it's about time for him to have something to eat, isn't it?
Yeah,
As long as it's not honey.
Must be
I
done.
have honey all over here.
Gorillas grunt, hedgehogs hunt, zebras play, possums play. Come and meet them all at the Alphabet Zoo. Come and meet them all. Come and meet them all. Come and meet them all at the Alphabet Zoo.